I'm here with former LSU quarterback Marcus Randall. So, tell me about the Bluegrass Miracle. Run me through that game.
Back in 2002, we were in Kentucky. We pretty much had the game in wraps pretty much the whole game till late in the third quarter, fourth quarter. The quarterback Daila ran a big hefty left. They started throwing a few bombs in there, and they ended up taking the lead late in the game, with about 10 seconds left. So everybody in the whole stadium thought the game was over. I mean, fans cheering, hanging from the goal posts already, loaded up our sideline and ready to rush the field. And we ended up taking the kickoff. Devin Henderson got all he can get out of bounds, left it with 2 plays left. And we pretty much did these scenarios every week. And Coach Saban would have us practice these different situational things that may come up in the game. So we were prepared for this, but like I told everybody else, the play never really worked in practice. It was just a Hail Mary, try to get a tip on it, and one of our guys come down with it. So people want to call it luck, but they say that's when luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So we did prepare for those things. Again, it was a long shot. So we had Michael Clayton come in with an in route that got us just a little bit closer, and we ended up calling the play 92 Berlin. Rolled out, all the fireworks shot off. The fans, like I said, the fans was already hanging from the goalposts on the other end, and actually, as I'm rolling out, some of the fans actually started rushing the field already prior to me even getting the throw off. And we got the throw off. Michael Clayton jumps up, makes the tip or phantom tip. Devin Henderson catches it and runs it in. One of the best plays I've ever been a part of.
When did you know that y'all had won?
I know that I never seen him actually catch it, but as I saw him still running, and then and once he reached the end zone, all of our players started to rush the field. I said, man, he must have caught that ball. So like I say, I saw it back on the replay that the actual tip of the ball when he catches it, and as we know, Devin Henderson, one of the fastest guys on the planet. So once he got it in his hand, it was touchdown.
So when you threw it, did you picture him catching it, or were you just hoping with it?
Well, like I said, it was a long shot, but I know that Michael Clayton was always the tip guy, so he was pretty much my aiming point. Get it up high enough for him to be able to go up and tip it up high as he could, and see what happens from there.
I know Nick Saban was the coach for that team, so tell me about being on a team with such a legendary coach.
I think that was around the time that a lot of people thought LSU had kind of fell off the map. They had went through a few losing seasons there, and when he came in, the impact that he brought, the guys that he went out and recruited, and also the assistant coaches that he brought in to impact all the players there. I mean, if you see Kirby Smart was one of those guys. I mean, now he's at Georgia playing for a national championship. Will Muschamp, Jimbo Fisher, a guy that also won national championships. So he had a great trio of coaches too as well. So I mean, just the culture that they brought, the environment that they put us in on and off of the field. I mean, made us successful people all the way around.
Okay. Going into the NFL, tell me about your experience in the NFL and how you thought about everything.
Going in, I was free agent for the Tennessee Titans. I went in as a quarterback. We actually had about 4 rookie quarterbacks at that time, and then they decided that they didn't want to keep a third-string rookie quarterback, but they also seemed to work out at safety, and they wanted to keep me on, switch me over to safety. I started learning the position, kind of quickly. I was used to going against these guys, so now I'm on the other end of the spectrum. So I got a good grasp of what the offense was already ready to do. So I fit in pretty good there at the safety position, and I stayed there for 2 years, and then ended up going to Green Bay, where they ended up wanting to see me get a little bit more physical. I guess they put me down at the wheel linebacker. So I got a chance to play, do some of the things I love, make a little money doing it, and also just get a lot of knowledge, and I'm using all of that now as I'm coaching.
What was it like being on the same team as Steve Mcnair, Hall of Fame quarterback?
I mean, that was a great experience. I mean, watching Steve Mcnair play, and from his college days back at Alcorn, he and my brother went head to head. They were both all SWAC quarterback. My brother played at Southern, so I watched him pretty much his whole career. When he first went to the Titans, that was one of my favorite teams. I've seen them play in the Super Bowl against the Rams, and that was one of the best games I've seen. They came up short though, but you know, that was a great time out there. You know, seeing him play and being able to see him in his last year at the Titans. I mean, that was an honor to have.
So I know now you're a coach. Do you think being in the NFL and switching over to defense, having that experience on both sides of the field, helped you out in your coaching?
Yes, it did. Actually, we've been able to coach and being a high school coach in some of the schools I've coached in. Actually, I've had to be able to do multiple roles. So knowing the offensive side and also knowing the defensive side and a special team side too as well. So I mean, being able to have that trifecta and being able to not only know it but being able to teach it to the kids. I mean, that's a great tool to have.
So being that you've been on the team with two legendary coaches, Jeff Fisher, Nick Saban, do you ever call them up for coaching advice now that you're a coach?
Well, actually, I talk to Nick Saban pretty often, and I also go and work his camps. So I go up there and get all the knowledge that I can get, all the cut-ups that I can get, that I can use for drills and different things for practices goes. So I mean, those are very, very resourceful guys. I mean, being that I played for them and watched their coaching style, I've obviously, took some of those things with me and bringing it to my coaching style.
After your NFL experience, how did you get started coaching, and what made you want to coach?
Around about my junior year in high school, I thought, I mean, not high school, but college. I ended up, I changed my major from engineering to education, and I knew at that point that I wanted to come back and be able to coach and affect the kids that grew up and that came up in them same steps that I came up from. Because I got so much knowledge when I went to college, and I kind of looked at it. If I had picked up some of these things when I was in high school, how much better of a college player I would have been. So I think at that time, I kind of knew I always wanted to come back and be a high school coach.
Okay. So leading into now, you're the head coach of TCA. Tell me about that.
It's a great experience. I ended up taking a job in June, going in, not knowing pretty much what the culture was. It's a fairly new school. Used to be Christian Life, so they just changed the name to Church Academy. So they were trying to rebrand it, not knowing what the spirit was like. I know they went 1-9 last year, so I knew that that mindset of winning probably wasn't all the way there yet. So I knew going in that was some of the things that I was going to have to change for the culture and the environment over there. But the kids came in, worked out hard all summer, better than what I expected, really.
Are there any standout players that you're looking for this coming up season, or even next season, younger players?
We have about 8 seniors this year. All 8 seniors have done a great job of being leaders out there. Kelvin Smith being an offensive, defensive lineman, one of our bigger guys that I think will have a great impact this year. We also have a quarterback coming back from last year, Lee Kelly. He's done great all summer, doing our 7-on-7s and things like that, picking up the offense. So I'm looking for great things out all of our seniors, and in the future, I think it's going to be bright. We've got a lot of young guys in there, 8th grade guys that's going to be playing middle school that I've got a chance to bond with and see, and those guys, and 9th graders too as well. So I mean, the future is bright. I think we're going to have a great season this year, and then I think that in the years to come, it's going to just get even better.
Leading off of what you said from last season, I know you said the winning mindset might have not been there from their record last year. Do you think that their mindset has changed now? Do you see a different environment and building? Yeah,
since June, I mean, going in, I think me being new and those guys losing their coach and coming off the season that they came off last year, I think they were kind of trying to fill it out to see what was going to be the future. And I think since we started working, and they've seen some of the coaches too, some of the coaches that I was able to bring in and see that the work and see the things that we're doing, I see a whole new different mindset over there right now.
What is your coaching philosophy?
Basically, I try to get the guys to give effort every day. It's not always about your athletic abilities. I mean, coming out, giving effort, being coachable, being teachable, and I always stress the same effort that you give in the classroom is the same effort that I want to see on the field, or it's the same effort that you give on the field is the same effort that you want to give in the classroom. Character is a big thing from my coaching style. I don't want you to be somebody on the outside and then you be somebody different when you leave from off the football field. That should be something that's just who you are. So that's what I preach the most of, being that kind of person on and off the field all times.
What do you think would make players want to come play for your school?
I think first and foremost, I think the presence that I have in the community. I mean, I was born and raised in that community. I've done a lot of community outreaches out there. I mean, so I think the trust factor is there. Being at TCA, it also gives me the fourth, I call it the fourth piece that I really didn't have in the previous school that I was in, which is the spiritual side. So we got I like to call it a fourfold over there: spiritual, academics, athletic, and also social. I think kids can have a chance to develop over there athletically, academically, and like I said, that last phase, that spiritual side of it, which we all know should be at the top of our life. Those are some of the key things that kids coming to TCA will get.
Sounds great. I hope you have a great season this year.
Appreciate it.
Once again, I'm Daila, reporter for Louisiana Gridiron Football. If you like this video, please subscribe below.
Subscribe today to Louisiana Gridiron Football Magazine. If you're not subscribed, then you're missing out.